The NFL's international growth continues overseas, this time in Spain. That's your top headline for today's Morning Buzzcast for Monday, November 17th. I'm Josh Carpenter, filling in for Abe Madgore today. We've seen the NFL's international growth over the last decade plus, and that continued on Sunday as the Dolphins took on the Commanders in Spain, the league's first game there, before a crowd of more than 78,000. Speaking of that international growth, this was the league's 62nd game that it's played overseas since its international series began in 2007. I'll point you to my colleague Ben Fisher's story in last Monday's SBJ about the NFL's efforts in Spain. League and team strategists acknowledge Spain will be a hard climb, but they believe they can find a foothold in Spaniards' deep love of sports and appreciation for American culture. And even if Spain is never a big success, its shared language and business ties to Latin America are a strategic benefit. Sunday's game in Spain is not a one-off. The NFL has opened a permanent office in Madrid and just last month hired a general manager for it. The league already has 18 sponsorship partners that activate in that market. The NFL's own research claims that there are about 11 million fans in Spain. For context, the same research says there are 19 million fans in Germany and 36 million in Brazil. Commissioner Roger Goodell was at Sunday's game and praised the home market of Madrid, but he did say that next year, when the NFL takes the game to Australia, will be a big test for the league. We'll stick in international waters but move over to hockey, as the NHL also staged its own Global Series games in Stockholm over the weekend with a pair of contests between the Predators and Penguins. The NHL, like the NFL, has been playing games overseas for quite some time, and it's also opening up an office in Zurich, Switzerland. Additionally, going forward, the league could potentially combine its trips to games in Europe with games in outdoor spaces in places like London's Wembley Stadium. One potential option for expanding the NHL's footprint overseas, according to the Hockey News, would be to host a week's worth of games in one trip and also involve more than two teams. Well, we all saw the big news Friday night. We maybe even saw some football on YouTube TV over the weekend. I know I did. But yes, Google and Disney did strike that renewal late Friday evening that saw ESPN Networks restored to YouTube TV in time for Saturday's college football action. Sources told SBJ's Austin Karp that the agreement includes the creation of an area, the exact setup is still to be determined, where YouTube TV subs would be able to access events currently carried on the ESPN Unlimited level of the app, as well as content from ESPN+. It's a move similar in fashion to how NBCU and YouTube TV solved a recent carriage talk, but there won't be the creation of a new ESPN channel for the ingestion without YouTube TV channels. So this was only a 2-week saga, but was one that felt like it lasted for months. It got ESPN back on YouTube TV in time for college football Saturday, as well as a Monday night football game involving the Dallas Cowboys with the Raiders tonight. Meanwhile, in the SEC, Commissioner Greg Sankey called on Saturday night for the college football playoff to expand to 16 teams, saying the move should be a, quote, priority, end quote, for conference leaders. There is a December 1st deadline to expand the playoff for next season, so Sankey said that if the SEC and Big Ten can agree to an expanded format, the number would likely stay at 12 for next season. The SEC did support a 5+11 playoff format last summer, and when asked if there was any format the SEC would accept other than that 5+11, Sankey said sure, 16+0, referring to a 16-team playoff in which all 16 bids would be awarded via at-large selection. Sankey's sentiment is a slight departure from his comments the past few months when he was mainly emphasizing that though the SEC favors going to a 16-team field, it would be happy to stay at the current 12 if a decision couldn't be reached by that December 1st deadline. When asked if something could happen in the next 2 weeks, Sankey said he believed there was a small chance of a move to 16. Closing out things on this Monday, it's a big week coming up for SBJ in New York. We've got our SBJ Media Innovators Tuesday and Deal Makers on Wednesday. We honor our new voices under 30 on Thursday night and then cap off the week with the 40 Under 40 awards on Friday night. I'll be seeing one of those 40 Under 40 honorees this week in Florida, actually, with LPGA Commissioner Craig Kessler. That's right, I'm about to hop on a plane to Naples for the LPGA's season-ending CME Group Tour Championship in Naples. If you'll be down there, please say hi, and if you're in New York at one of our 4 events this week, have a great time. So that's your Buzzcast for Monday, November 17th. I'm Josh Carpenter, and we'll see you down the road.